a license key to your mail directly, right? The license key will be available. According to that, you can follow the steps in order to install your software. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you now. I'll tell you. Yeah. So let us start with S-frames today. Okay. So let me create a new notebook now. New Python 2 notebook. Okay. So untitled. Let me change the title of the notebook. Today we are discussing S-frames, the date. Okay. I hope all of you got the data sets, right? Today we mailed the Google Drive link to all of you to download the data sets, okay, which are required for us this entire machine learning sessions. Okay, I mailed all the data sets, okay, which are required for future machine learning exercises also. Okay. Okay, now let us start with GraphLab. Okay, so I want to give a markdown here. Let's start using GraphLab. Okay, let me increase the font. So here I'll use this GraphLab. Import GraphLab is the command. Okay, first time it will take some time. Okay, later it will be fast. Okay, whenever you execute the import GraphLab instruction first time in your notebook, it takes some time. Okay, don't worry, from next time onwards it will work fast. Okay, so when you can observe here, when it is in the star symbol means it is still under execution. Okay, without the completion of this execution, don't go for the next cell. Okay, this star should be convert into a number. Then you can analyze that the completion is complete, the execution is completed for that particular cell. Then only you have to go for the next cell. Still under execution it is. Yeah, successfully executed. Okay, now let us load our tabular data set. Okay, I want to create another markdown. Let's load tabular data set in it. So the command is, so there we create data frames. Here we'll create S frames. That's why you have to use here SF as a variable in order to understand. So SF is equal to GraphLab dot S frame of. So here I want to load the CSV file, that is people-example.cs. This is the file I want to load, and I want to create S frame for it. Okay. So the actually it has only 7 lines. Okay. So many people got doubt that, sir, what is the difference between S frame and data frame? Actually, the data frame will take lots of time if your data set contains so many examples. Okay, like it may contain some thousands and thousands of examples. It may be beyond 40,000 or 50,000 or even 60,000 also. Okay, so if you try to load a data set that have greater than 60,000 examples, then data frame will get some will face some complexity loading that into our primary memory. Okay, but S frame, the advantage with S frame is, even it is beyond your RAM, it will create some virtual memory, and it will load the entire example. Even it may be 60,000 or 70,000, that doesn't matter. It will create a virtual memory and it will load all the examples in that memory. Okay, so that's why as the machine learning algorithms required more and more of examples, uh, I always prefer to go to S frame rather than data frame. Of course, we can implement machine learning algorithm using data frame also, but which is limited in examples. Okay, limited example should be taken if you want to work with data frames and machine learning algorithms. Okay, now let us see our S frame. Let us study the S frame. Okay, so I want to create another markdown. Let us convert this into code to markdown here. So S frame basics. So what I want to do is, first I want to execute SF. What this SF actually contains. So these are the things that we have in our S frame. If you want, I can show you the file from where I have loaded this data. Okay. Um, yeah, this is the CSV that I've loaded just now. Okay, people hyphen example. Hope all of you got the data sets, right? Uh, please acknowledge through chat box. Okay. See, we mailed the data sets to all of you. Okay, you better download from your mails. Okay. We can use data S frame for less data set or more data set. Generally, machine learning algorithms contain more exams, that will go for S frames. I'm not saying that with data frames it is not possible. The data frames are also possible, but very limited. Okay. So this is the file I have loaded. Okay. We have 7 examples here. This is each row, will call it as an example. Okay. First name, last name, country, and age. This is the file that we have loaded as an S frame here. If you observe, you can see here. Okay. So if you say sf.head of 2, then you'll get the first two rows. First two rows of your S frame. Okay. sf.head. It's just like your data frame. Okay. Similarly, if you want to see the last two rows, sf.tail of 2, then you'll get the last two rows. Okay. Here you can observe Toad and Derek are the last two rows, and Bob and Alice are the first two rows. You can differentiate. Okay. Now let us see the graphical representation directly, how we can represent our S frames in visual manner. Okay. For that, we have to follow the let us give a markdown S frame visualization. Okay. So what I can do is simply sf dot show. So it loads an URL, gives the complete diagrammatic representation of your S frame. Okay. So says that summary of this is the first tab represents the summary of each and every column here. If you take first name as a this is a column, what which column we have? First name, last name, country, and age, right? So here also each and every column has been explained or represented like this. So what is first name? What is the data type, and how many unique values are there in the data set? Okay. So what are the frequent items here? As here frequent items in the sense here each and every person has repeated only once. That's why each and every item has been represented. Okay. If you have any unique items, or if you for example if you repeated same examples with the same names, then it will represent unique names. Okay. So here also last name means here last name is also data type is of string, and number of examples are 7, and these are the values. But here if you see, we have how many records here actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Coming to the country here, it represents only 6 examples. Why? These are the unique examples I'm saying. Here one country has been repeated, I think. See, here United States is repeated twice. United States repeated twice, but here it is representing only once. Why? Because it represents frequent items, not all items. Or you can say that you can say that in another manner, like for example, unique values. Are you understanding or not? It is unique values. So now go for age. Okay, this last column, which is of data type int. How many are there? 4 example, 4 only. Minimum 22, maximum 25, and median is 23, mean is 23.143, and standard deviation is 0.99. Okay, a complete statistics has been calculated here. Without, if you, here I have given only command what? Just sf.show, that's it. It creates a URL in order to study the data. For example, if you close this window, again you can reopen by clicking this URL. Okay, by clicking that URL, again you can get the data back. Okay, here in age we have 4 unique examples. If you observe here, okay, 24, 23, 22, and 25. Okay, here 22 and 23 has been repeated, right? As I told you, it represents only unique values. That's why it's representing only there are 4 unique values are there, and the distribution has been represented like this. Okay, distribution I already told you. This is what kind of graph it is, or what kind of representation it is. Can anybody acknowledge through chat box what kind of visual representation it is? Can anybody acknowledge through chat box? Box plot. Very good. Very good. It is a box plot. Okay. It is a box plot. So this one, this line, if you observe here, white line, it represents median of your data set. Okay, not mean, median of your data set. And all the values are in that range only. If you observe here, we don't have any outliers here. Okay. So what is the median of your data set? 23, right? 22, 24, 25. All these are all in the range of 23 only, right? That's why you can observe here, all are inside the box plot itself. We don't have any outliers here, if you observe. Okay, that is the first step. Next, if you say the table, you can have the complete table here. You can have the complete table here. For example, here if you want to change the row, if you want only the first row, here I have to give a hash one. Okay, it's not working. Okay, fine. Here it represents both the complete table here. Okay. Now here you can see the plots. Plots means here you can identify the relationship, the graphical relationship between two columns. For example, I want to see the relationship between first name and last name, as both are strings, and we cannot identify any relationship between first name and last name. That's why here we don't have anything. Okay, we don't have anything. This any graph has been highlighted here. If you observe here, all these graphs are in deactive state. If you want to activate that, for example, I want to select country and I want to select here as age, then you can have a bar chart here. Okay, you can have a bar chart. What it says, for example, if you say Canada, we have only one value. Okay, Canada, we have only one value, and England is also one value here. See here, Canada is only one example is there. England is also one example is there. By plotting age with the country. Similarly, Poland we have only one, and Switzerland also we have only one. USA also we have only one, but United States we have two ages. If you say United States, we have two ages. One is 24, another one is what, 22. This is the graph. This is the box. What do you call bar chart relationship between country and age. Okay. If you want to save this, you can save using this save as image symbol. Okay. If you want, for example, if you want to save this diagrammatic statistics. Okay. If you want to save this diagrammatic statistics, here you can find save as image option here. Okay. If you click this, see here, the image has been saved in terms of .png file. So the image is loading. Please wait. Okay, like this you can save your image here. Okay, for example, if you want to take the analysis with other type of plot, that is box whisker. Here, if you see here, see here, if you take Canada, we have only one value only, right? Canada only, the value is 23. Okay, if you observe here, in all the percentile, the value, there will be only one single value, that is 23 only. Why? Because with the by means of Canada, we have only one age example, right? Only one age only. Why? Because Canada is having only one example. And similarly, we have only one example for which country it is? Another country doesn't mention here. Actually, it is England, I hope. And Poland, it has only 23. And apart from before Poland, what we have here is USA. After Poland and before USA, what country is there? Switzerland. Switzerland, only one age is there, that is 25. But here, if you observe United States, once observe here, in the United States, we have two values. One is 22, another is the 24. Okay. So, this is the distribution of ages if you take in case of United States country. Okay, like this, we can study the visual, we can have a visual study on this S-frame basics using this sf.show method. Okay. Next, let us move on to the next this thing. For example, if I want to have that analysis in my Python notebook itself. Okay, I don't want to open it separately in another browser. Then what I'll do is I will use this command called graphlab.canvas.set_target IPYNB. So what is the meaning of this? You are setting the visual study. You want to do visual study, but this time you don't want to open that in another web page. You want to do the study in this Python notebook itself. Okay. So let us have a study on SF of age dot show. So I want to give you as categorical. See, like this. Here I want to do visual study by taking my Python notebook as the target. I don't want to open this in another web page. Okay. In the same notebook, I want to study the visual data. Okay. So in this, what I am doing is, so I want to study only age column of my S frame. It says that if you consider 23, we have three values. That means you can see there are three examples with 23, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We have three examples. Similarly, 22, we have two examples, and each example for 24 and 25. And what is the percentage of distribution in all of in the entire data set? If you take the age 23, the percentage of distribution is 42.857%. And for 22, it is 28.57%. Similarly, for 24 and 25, it has 14.286% each. That is what the percentage of distribution of each and every age value out of entire data set. Okay. And similarly, I want to study individual columns. For example, I want to see country. I think C is capital here. So these are the countries we have. Okay. These are the countries we have in our S frame. Okay. We are displaying all the countries of your S frame here. Okay. Similarly, if you want to display only ages, S of age, and this is the array that has been written, mentioning that these are the ages that are presented in our data set. Now I want to calculate the mean of this age. Here, no need to use NumPy. If you want to calculate the mean, no need of using NumPy here. The mathematical calculation will be directly happened through S frames itself. So I want to calculate the mean of age group. So this is the mean. Now we understand what is the advantage of S frame. Why should we go for S frames or GraphLab? Right? Everything can be happen through GraphLab itself. There are so many shortcuts are there. Okay, when compared to general approach. Okay. So for example, I want to calculate median also. Sorry, we don't have any function called median here. Let us find maximum value. That is 25. Okay, represents 25. And I want to identify the minimum age, that is 22. Okay. For example, now I want to create a new column. I want to add a new column to my data set or to my S frame. Okay, I want to add a new column. I want to name that new column as full name, which can be obtained by concatenating first name column and last name column. Now if you print SF, then you have a new column here. Actually that is not in your file, okay? Full name column is not there in your file, but you have created here, okay? It doesn't affect the original file. You can create the new column like this, okay? I have created new column called full name by concatenating the column values of first name and last name, okay? Let us see one more here. For example, I want to add 2 to every age of the person, okay? So it becomes like this. 24 becomes 26, 23 becomes 25, 24, again 22 becomes 24, 23 becomes 25. You can directly add 2 to the column value directly like this. Okay. For example, if you want to perform another operation like this, age into SF of age. So this is the value that you can get. Okay. As you are not updating, okay, here you have added 2, but you are not updating your age column here. Just checking what I can get if I add 2 to my age column, but you are not adding and you are not updating actually the age column. Okay, so here what happens is it will automatically update the age. It will just calculates what will be the value if I add 2 to the each and every age. That's it. That's why if you perform this S of age into S of age, okay, then what it is giving here is 576. 576 means what? 24 24s are 576, right? Similarly, 23 23s are 529. Okay. So here you are just calculating the value, you are not actually updating the age. Here it will take the ages of the old values only. And one more, let us apply some advanced transformations. Okay. Use apply to do some advanced transformation on data. Okay, for that what I want to do is I want to display countries one more time. Okay, these are the countries we have actually. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do some advanced transformation. How it can be represented visually as of country dot show. Once you observe here, how many, what are the countries we have here? We have 2 examples that contains United States and 1 example Canada. Remaining all are 1 example each. But here I want to do some advanced transformation. Okay, some people may write United States and some people write USA, right? But both are equal, both are same. United States and USA are both are same. If you keep those countries as it is, then you may get confusion that this United States examples and USA examples are different. Okay, so that's why what I will do is I will perform some advanced transformations on these countries. Which advanced transformation? By using a function. For example, trans CTRY, transform the country, this country. Now here I want to check if country is USA, then return United States. Else, don't apply any transformation, simply return that country. Okay, here my function says that if accepted country by the function is USA, then it returns United States. Okay, if it is USA also, it returns United States. Otherwise, return the country as it is. The function has been applied successfully. Let us test this function. For example, I want to test it for Brazil. Then it returns Brazil. And I want to test it for USA. Then we'll get United States. Are you following or not? Now what I want to do is, I want to apply this transformation to the entire column of our given data set. Okay, what is that? Is SF of country, which is equal to SF of country dot apply trans underscore CTR. What is the meaning of this? I want to apply this trans CTRY function to each and every country in my S frame. Okay, execute this. Still it is executing. Here you can observe a star symbol here. If you are having star symbol, the cell is still under execution. Okay, it is successfully executed. Now one more time, let us execute this command sf of country dot show. Once see here, now United States becomes 3. How many United States are there actually in the previous, before transformation? We have only 2, right? And USA is 1. Now after transformation, you can observe United States becomes 3 and there is no such country called USA. You understand, all of you? Yes? Please acknowledge through chat box. Understand, all of you? Okay, right. Good. So this is about our S frames. Okay, like that we can have so many options. Okay. Now I want to demonstrate one more okay. Okay, those who have given cannot follow, I'll give you five minutes. Okay, please have you loaded I think all of you have loaded S frame, right? All have loaded S frame. From where I should show for practice? This is okay. Please acknowledge to loaded. Okay, good. Have you seen the data in the S frame like this, which I have given from the beginning? You want? Okay, from the beginning you want? Okay, fine. I'll show you. Okay. Sure, sure. I'll explain. Sure. Okay, Shanmukhi, shall I go to the next? Shall I go down? Shanmukhi. Good to boy in a Shanmukhi. Okay. Once see the data using this SF. If you type SF, you can see the entire data. Okay. Shall I go further? Shall I go to the next command? Okay. Now, if you want to see the first and last records, if you want to see the first two records, use head of 2. And if you want to see the last two records, using tail of 2. Are you able to see? All of you. Hope all of you have performed these two commands. Shall I go further? Shall I go to the next command? Okay. Shall I go? Shanmukhi? Shall I go to the next command? Shanmukhi. Okay. Now I want to see the data. Okay, using this command called sf.show. Okay. If you directly type that command, what happens is it opens a web browser and it will gives a visual study. Okay. If you set the target, that everything will be here only. For example, here I am setting the target only to study age column. Okay. For example, if I want to type the same command like this, you'll get like this. In the above command, you will see that entire study in what do you call in the next web page. Okay. If you set the target as IPv N by NB, then the statistics will be in the same in the notebook only. But the additional tabs will not be visible here. Okay. So if you want to see the correlation and relationship between each and every column, you better go through the web page itself. There you can flexibly study the data. Setting the target only useful if you are studying only a particular column. For example, I want to study only age column. Then it is easy for me to study. Got it? All of you have studied age in the Python notebook itself. Shall I go to the next command? So now I want to see the column wise study. I want to perform column wise study. What are the countries are there? What is age? And what is the mean of age? What is the maximum of age? And what is the minimum of age? So this is what we'll call it as a column study. Okay, actually what we are doing some science on data. Okay, this is what we'll call as a data science. We are studying the data. Okay, this is column wise study. You are studying the country, you are studying the age. Okay, like that. Shall I move to the next? Shall I move to the next comment? Hope all of you finished these comments. Please, anyone reply? Shall I move to the comment? Shall I move to the next command? So this is what creating a new column. Okay, if you want, you can create. You can give comments here using hash. You can have comments. What is this meaning? Creating a new column in SVX. Okay, it is a creation of new columns. That's why after performing that command, again you want to study the whole data, that is SF. Okay, then you'll have a new column, that is full name, which is obtained by concatenating the first name as well as last name. For example, if you want to give space between first name and last name, so then you will get the space between the first name and last name. Have you observed? All of you observed? For example, I want to give some space between the first name and last name. Okay. So space also concatenated along with first name and last name. Okay. Like that. Shall I proceed further? Yes. Anybody please reply. Shall I proceed further? Okay. So doing some manipulations to the column. Okay. What is the meaning of this? Doing some manipulations to the column. And not updating. We are not updating that column. We are just doing some manipulation. That's it. Just adding to, just I want to check how much, what are the values that I can get if I add to the age. Okay, I have observed the change. Similarly for age also. Here also I'm just doing some manipulation only, but not updating my column, original column. Okay. Is that clear? Shall I move to the next? Shall I move to the next? Anybody please reply? Okay. Right. So now I want to apply some advanced transformation. Okay. In order to avoid the confusion of data, But how can we create a new column without performing any operations on existing columns? I didn't get your question. Okay. You want to add entirely new value. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. Then what I will do, then what you can do is, for example, decide the column, the new column name. Okay. For example, we have first name, we have last name, and we have age and country, right? So now if you want to create a new column here, um, okay, let the people finish this. I will explain it at the end. Okay, let the people finish this commands. Okay. Shall I go further? Shall I go to the next command? Shall I go to the actual transformation? Okay. So this is a transformation of country. I have written a function called trans underscore CTRY. What it will do is, it will convert United States, it will convert USA as United States. That means it will studies all the country values. Okay. Wherever USA occurs, it converts USA into United States. Okay, that's why I have written a function here. And I want to do that using this command, sf of country is equal to sf of country dot apply of trans CTR. That means I'm updating the column also. I'm doing the manipulation as well as I am updating the column. You understand? Not only doing the manipulation, but also doing what? Updation. Hope all of you clear about this, right? So after doing the manipulation, one more time, if you want to study the data, so as far otherwise I want to see only country data, sf of country dot show. So now United States will increase and USA will be disappeared. Why? Because you have already applied some transformation on the country column. Is it clear, all of you? So give me 1 minute of time. Try to understand this code. Yes, all of you followed. Shall I go to the next point? As your friend asked, how to create a new column without doing manipulations to the existing columns. Am I correct? Okay. For that, what I will do is, so here how many columns are there actually? First name, last name, country, and age, right? There are 4 columns. And we have recently created another column called full name, right? Full name. Yes. As your friend said, I want to add one more column, that is SF of age type, for example. So how many records are there? How many records are there? 7 records, right? So for example, 24 is even, and 23 is odd. Similarly, that is even, odd. Similarly, even odd, even odd, odd, even odd, odd, even, odd. So I'm supplying directly the new data. I'm here. If you observe, I didn't done any manipulations here. I have entirely. I'm giving entirely the new data. I'm giving entirely the new data, and I'm not manipulated any existing column here. Okay, so that will be passed in term of a in the form of a list. Okay, now let us see what is your resultant S-ray. Even, odd, even, odd, odd, even, odd. Hope I answered your question. Yes? Who asked that question actually? Jahannavi. Yeah, have you worked with that actually it is a NumPy, right? Here there is no involvement of NumPy. Maybe it will not be, it won't work. Okay. It won't work here. You can create a list dynamically and you can pass that. Otherwise here, yes, if for example here, what kind of data you are getting for this command? You will get, I hope you will get a NumPy array. You better convert into the list. You better convert into the list and attach to the new column. That is possible. Okay. Yes. Hope all of you are clear. Any doubts? If anybody has any doubt, please respond to the chat. Otherwise, we will go further. Hope all of you have executed. Yeah, possible. Possibility is there. You do that operation and tell me what happened. Hope all of you have executed all the commands which I have explained now in today's session. Yes, all of you have done it. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. Some people asked me how to work with Google Colab. Okay. I'll show you. I think all of you have logged in into your respective email accounts. Okay. So open a new tab. Open a new tab. And here type Google Colab. Otherwise, if you know the website name, it is colab.research.google.com. Okay. You may ask why, what is the advantage of working in this Colab? I'll tell you. Okay. Yes. All of you have opened. All of you have given a Google search. Got this link? Please respond through chat. Then click on this Google Colab. As I already logged into my Gmail account, that's why it is directly showing this. If you are not logged in, then it will ask username and password. Am I right? Some people may get a window that please enter username and password. Okay. Please enter your username and password and press enter. Of course, if you are already opened your Gmail account or Google account, whatever, then it will directly take you to the Google CO Lab. Okay. I already logged in through my Gmail account. That's why it is not asking any further login. It is directly taking me to the Google CO Lab environment. Okay. Okay. So now what I'll do, what you have to do is in this window, shall I go further? All of you got this? Please respond through chat. All of you got this window? Yes. In that, please click on new notebook. New notebook. If you click on new notebook, it loads a new notebook for you, just like your Jupyter notebook. Okay. So here, yeah, once you have to check the runtime, or you have to give the title to this notebook. Here untitled 0 is there, right? Double click on it and select untitled 0 only and give your own name. Anything is okay. Exercise 1, for example, exercise 1.ipv. So I have given a name to my Google notebook. Okay. So this is a coding environment here. Okay. If you want to upload any data sets, here there is a folder is there. Okay. If you click this folder here, you will get a message that allocating and connecting. So it is directly connecting to the Python 3, I think. Okay. So here GraphLab won't work. Here instead of GraphLab, you have to check import to recreate as TC. This is the command you have to type. Okay. All of you are with me? Import to recreate as TC. Maybe it won't work. Why? Because by default it yes, by default it is in the Python 3 environment. So actually what we have to do is we have to change the environment. We have to change the environment here. 1 minute, give me 1 minute of time. Change runtime type here. Hardware accelerator, select GPU. Actually, it asks us to select the version of Python. I think is it? Is it so? Okay. Okay, let me open the previous notebooks which I have created. Yeah, what you have said is correct. Actually, I think the Google people has removed this Python 2 environment completely, I think. But previously I have performed some see here I already performed written the program here. Okay. Let us add new code cell here. If you click on this plus code, the new cell will be opened. Now let us check here. Actually, this notebook created by means of Python 2, if it is not working means Python 2 is completely deprecated from the Google notebook. Yes, here it is giving the warning. Yes, if anybody are watching here, I'm getting the warning that Python 2 has been deprecated. That's why the to recreate or GraphLab cannot be work in your Google CO lab. Okay. So Python 3 in Python 3 to recreate will not be worked. Okay, Python 3 doesn't support to recreate or GraphLab. Okay, I'll tell you the general working with the Google CO lab. For that, let me create a new notebook. Okay, let me close the existing ones. Okay, exercise 2. Okay, yes, all of you are with me? All of you are with me? Yes? All of you have opened new notebook? Okay, rename that notebook. And now, for example, if you want to work on with some data set, go to click on this folder. Okay, click on this folder. Then it gives some directory. In this directory, you are supposed to add your data set. Okay, for example, I want to add a new data set. Simply by right click on the sample data and click on upload. Then it asks for the file where you want to upload. Browse that file. Okay, I want to upload this people-example.csv file into my Google CO lab. Yeah, this is the clear message here. If you study, reminder, uploaded files will get deleted when this runtime is recycled. Okay, So if you are not using that for longer times, it will be automatically recycled and you will lost your data set. Okay. So here people underscore example.csv has been uploaded. Now type here import pandas as PD. Here it gives suggestions directly. Import NumPy as NP. Execute this cell by using that play button. Okay, if it is successfully executed, you won't get any error. And if you want to insert a new cell, click on this plus code. Okay. After clicking this plus code, you will get a new cell here. Then continue your coding. df takes some time to react. Okay. Let me delete this people underscore example. Okay. Otherwise, you can directly click this upload symbol. Okay. You can directly click this upload symbol. Click on this upload and browse the file. I think your data set somewhere in your laptop, right? You browse for that. Okay. You browse for that. So I got my file people-example.csv. Click on open. Then it will be added to your data set here, your directory here. Okay, click this upload button. Now what you have to do is save. Control S is the command for saving. Not allowing me to type. Are you able to type, all of you? Are you able to type? df is equal to pd.read_csv. df is equal to pd.read_csv. You can directly give the file name people-example.csv and press this play button. Then it will execute successfully. Then go to the next cell and type the command df.head and press this. Okay. All of you got it? Please respond through chat. So I think some people may not have Anaconda 3 in their laptop. If that is the case, you can make use of Google Colab like this. Okay. And the Google will provide you the, here we have selected this runtime hardware accelerator. See, hardware accelerator, here we have two types, GPU and TPU, general purpose unit and third party purpose, third party unit. Okay, generally we select GPU here. Okay, and then save. So when you execute this code, okay, I want to close this and I want to close this. You have to terminate the active sessions in order to make your current session to be inactive state. అంటే మీరు ఈ రెండు యూజ్ చేయకపోతే కనుక యూ బెటర్ టెర్మినేట్. ఎందుకంటే మనం ఈ రెండు యూజ్ చేయం కాబట్టి యూ బెటర్ టెర్మినేట్. ఓకే, I'm at present in this exercise 2.ipvinb. Okay, you please keep this and terminate remaining and close. Now what Google will do is Google will directly allocate GPU for you. Okay, in that GPU you can run your programs. Okay, so this is how we can use the Google Sivo Lab. So any doubts? You can perform the other operations what we have done yesterday, same as it is in this Google Sivo Lab. You people better take this as an exercise. Okay, use the Google Sivo Lab notebook and perform the operation what we have done yesterday. Is it clear, all of you? Yes. Yeah, I'll tell you the GraphLab installation. Okay, I'll tell you. No problem. Yeah, I think those who are asking me the GraphLab installation, I'll show you one window. I think most of you people got this window, right? Am I correct? How to terminate, sir? Venkat Sai, I didn't get your question. Google Sivo Lab. You mean Google Sivo Lab? Venkat Sai. Okay. Fine. Just simply close it. Save it and close it. Go to File, save it. It will be saved. Close the window. That's it. Now, those who are asking me the GraphLab installation, okay, all of you are getting this code. Already I explained the same yesterday also. I don't know whether you are there in the session or not. If you are getting like this, okay, if you are getting this 100% complete, error occurred, creating Conda environment, don't worry, your Anaconda has been installed successfully. Is that clear? Your Anaconda has been installed successfully. Okay, then what you have to do is you have to check whether Jupyter Notebook is running or not. The first step. Okay, I'll write the steps here again here. Step 1, check Jupyter Notebook running or not. That's the first step you have to check. Step 2, go to or if Jupyter Notebook successfully running, okay, go to the website where you downloaded the installer. అంటే మీకు 2D క్రియేట్ అని నాకు ఐకాన్ ఉంటుంది, అది డౌన్లోడ్ చేశారు కదా, అది ఏ వెబ్సైట్ నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తారో అక్కడికి వెళ్తారు మళ్ళీ. అంటే ఐ విల్ షో యూ ఆన్ ద స్క్రీన్. Hope all of you have clicked this and installed, right? Am I right? Please respond through chat. I think all of you have clicked this button and you have to download the installer and start install. Am I right? But it is 100% showing, but error is occurred. That is also it is showing, right? So then what you have to do is, then go to the next tab, that is view instructions. You click this view instructions. Okay. If you click on that view instructions, then different steps will be there here. Okay. I'll write the step, that step also here. How many steps I have written? 2 steps, right? Step 3 is go to click on view instructions button. Okay. Step 4, go to step 5 in installation procedure. Ante installation procedure ante that is step 5. Step 5, install Graph Lab Create. That is the 4th step. Step 5, copy the command from pip install so on. That means you have to copy this pip install command up to tar.gz. Up to tar.gz. Up to tar.gz. Okay. Step 6, paste that command in your Anaconda 2 prompt. కాపీ చేసి మీ Anaconda 2 ప్రాంప్ట్ దగ్గర పేస్ట్ చేసేస్తారు. ఓకే, ఇందులో ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తుంది మీకు Anaconda ప్రాంప్ట్ అనేది. ఓకే, ఆల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్లో Anaconda 2లో 64 బిట్లో Anaconda ప్రాంప్ట్ అని ఉంటుంది, అక్కడ మీకు కనిపిస్తుంది. ఓకే, అందులో పేస్ట్ చేసి ప్రెస్ ఎంటర్ and make sure that you should have internet లేకుండా ఆ కమాండ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ ద స్టెప్స్. ప్లీజ్ ఫాలో దీస్ స్టెప్స్. 100% GraphLab will be installed. No doubt in that. So many people have done that. Okay, so many people done this. Anaconda prompt and ఉంటుంది. There we have Anaconda prompt. Else open the command prompt and paste there. Open the command prompt. మీరు Jupyter notebook, I think you typed Jupyter space notebook enter, right? అది ఎక్కడి నుంచి చేశారో అక్కడే pip install కొట్టండి. And before that, please close your Jupyter notebook. Okay. I don't know why it is not installing, but so many people have done that. Have you copied Harshavardhan Daparthi? Have you copied this entire command? Yes. You have to copy the entire command that contains your registered email ID and the license key up to GZ. and you have to paste it. Yes, that is what I'm saying from beginning. With Python 3 doesn't work. You have to install Anaconda 2 or Python 2 in the different drive. Or let me tell in Telugu. Anaconda 3 ఉన్న systems లో GraphLab work అవ్వదు. Let me clear about this. Okay. So many people are going out. We have an exam now. Why people are going out of this session? Did I tell you to go out of the session? So many people moved out of the session. We have an exam. I'm going to share the URL now. I already told yesterday also. I don't know why people are going out. Okay, with Anaconda 2 only it will work. With Anaconda 3 doesn't work. So here I am pasting exam link. All of you please write the exam of yesterday's concept. No need to install Python 2 separately. You can install Anaconda 2. Okay, you can directly install Anaconda 2 along with it. Python 2 will be installed. No worries. No need of separate installation of Python 2. You can directly install Anaconda 2. Okay. Make sure that Anaconda 3 is one drive and Anaconda 2 is in another drive. If you observe in my laptop, I have both the two Anacondas here. Anaconda 2, Anaconda 3. But I installed Anaconda 3 in F drive. See, I have installed Anaconda 3 in F drive. See here you can observe. And I installed Anaconda 2 in E drive. So I have two Anacondas here, but different drives. Okay. No. If you want, you can uninstall Python 3, no problem. But actually not required. Okay, so this is the exam link I'm sharing to everyone. Okay, please write down the exam based on yesterday's session. The link will be available up to 5 o'clock. Okay, before 5 o'clock, all of you please finish the exam. Hello, Girish sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please end the session, sir.
Yes. Thank you.
చాలా మంది బయటికి వెళ్ళిపోయారు ఎగ్జామ్ రాయకుండా. 98 మంది వచ్చారు, 98 మంది అయ్యారు, 160 మంది నుంచి మళ్ళీ